Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Karen Lovejoy, and we're back with another episode of Welcome to the Kingdom. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I've had a morning. It's day one of my period, and it's really clawing my way to get here. I have such a fun episode for you guys today, so I'm really excited. So I record on Thursdays and then I post on Thursdays. I don't know if that's smart or not because every Thursday morning I'm so stressed. I have an editor, my cousin helps me edit, and he's amazing at it, but he's in Ghana, so it takes a while. And I think I just need to set up a better system pacing so that I'm not stressed out it's not every Thursday I'm stressed out, actually, just this Thursday. But that's only because this is the first week where I haven't been able to get an episode on time. So honestly, it doesn't happen that much. This is the first week since being back that I haven't had it out at 7 a.m. and I'm ah. But I just want you guys to know that things will happen, okay? Things will happen. Life's not perfect. And so I want to give myself grace. And in order to do that, I think I need to say it out loud. That I am giving myself grace. Let's just give each other some grace. Things will happen and timelines will be needed to be adjusted. For example, actually, I'm going to be in Massachusetts soon, end of month. Things will look different when I'm in Massachusetts. So let's be flexible with me, yeah? Thank you. I love you. Today, we're going to be talking about rules that I live by and specifically little things and quips and ideologies that I've kind of developed over maybe the course of my life, but specifically in the past 2 years, and more specifically in the past 8 months of doing therapy, a half of them have come through that. So I told you guys I learned a lot in therapy, and I don't want to get into it too much because I might just have a whole episode on therapy. But I've learned so much, even through traveling. So this is half traveling, half being in New York, figuring things out, even building this podcast up again. The pauses and the restarts and the changes and all those things are things happening behind the scenes that you guys don't know. So you just, boom, podcast is here. But it took a while to get here. And actually 8 years ago, around this time was my high school prom, and so many of my original audience is from that high school prom vlog. And it blows my mind because in my career I have little pivotal moments that people come in. So I think I'll start with prom, and then definitely in college with the college video with the guys, and then again with Death to Self. And now I think this podcast is another entry point. So it just was beautiful to see how many of you brilliant African ladies have been following me. And if you're not African or whatever, whoever you are, just noticing a pattern in my DMs, you know what I'm saying? But it's such a beautiful thing that you guys have been here truly since the beginning. So I want to say thank you. And I also want to say that, yeah, it has taken a lot to get here. This is 8 years in the making of me being here in regards to my career. And I just even feel still now I'm at the starting line. So it's crazy how our timelines change and our perception of success changes. And I was actually talking to Lucas today, and I was saying how you can do so much to feel like you're so close. And then you get there and you're like, wow, I've never actually been further. And he made a great point that that's why people quit when they start something, because when you start something, you're closer to your end goal than you have ever been, it not existing. But because you start it and you realize, whoa, I have so much more to go, then it's easy to just stop. But you don't realize that you at the starting point, you are the closest you've ever been to that goal. Someone who's running a marathon at the start of mile 1 is closer to finishing a marathon than someone who's never even signed up for one. But the person at mile 1 is going to think, wow, this marathon, 26 miles, and it might be easier to turn back. So same goes for these kinds of things where I've done so much and to be proud of, especially with this podcast and especially with this new season. And every new thing that I do, I'm like, oh, there's more. There's more I have to figure out. So That's just the way the cookie crumbles. What are we welcoming? Actually, I do have a lot of things that I'm welcoming. I said that I was welcoming my 2018 prom dress, and I stand by it. And the reason actually I'm looking at it with a different lens is because I'm designing my traditional wedding dress, and I'm kind of harvesting that energy that I put into the prom dress, where it was like something new and unique and different. And that prom dress, guys, I can count like at least 10 remakes of that prom dress. 10 different girls who remade it. Even with the remakes, it was like they remade it the exact same. The same color, the same everything, down to the lace at the bottom. I love that. Yes, I actually am obsessed with that. If you remade my prom dress, shout out to you. I'm saying that like that means something. That you wanted to take it and not even change a little bit. That means I did a good job. So I'm harvesting that energy into creating this wedding dress, and it's gonna be fun. We've gotten started, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be new, fun. So I'm welcoming that. In line with creative energy, I'm welcoming writing. I was invited to write. I was actually invited to share my written work, read it out loud in front of an audience. My friend from Massachusetts, her name is actually, I know her from UMass, but we've connected over Substack, and she has a Substack and a TikTok. Her name is Janice or Janice, and she's hosting an event called Musings and Lovers. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be reading something, guys. I literally don't even know what I'm gonna be reading. I don't know what I'm gonna be reading. So help me. But I'm welcoming writing again, because I'm like, okay, it sounds like God wants me to write, honestly. And I was like, should I just go back to my Substack and like pick a piece from my Substack and read it? Or should I create a new piece? And I'm feeling like creating a new piece. So I want to do some writing exercises. My friend told me to set a timer and pick a word and just start writing. And so I'm going to do that. I haven't done it yet, but I want to welcome that writing exercise. So, in order to help me hopefully with some creative block, if I have any. Hopefully I do not have any. Last thing I'm welcoming. What is the last thing I'm welcoming? It's funny. I'm welcoming my budget. I actually need to start caring about my budget. Every month I have the budget talk with Lucas. It's really like boiling me in a bucket of hot water. I hate talking about the budget. It's my least favorite topic. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. And honestly, I have been really good. I have been really good about the budget. So I'm giving myself props for that. But I think I'm welcoming a system now where I do one activity that costs money a week. And then Lucas and I have a weekly date night. So that's one of them. But that's not my bill. My personal fun money bill, I want to do, let's say, 1 or 2 sweet treats, maybe 2 matcha little things. A matcha or a book or something, 2 of that. 2 feels restrictive. Okay, we're not going to put a price on the little things that we buy during the week, but the big things, like going out to eat. I'm not going out to eat twice in 1 week. I can't. Or any activity that's going to cost me more than $30 or at even 30, I can only do that once a week. I can still go out with friends and go out by myself, but I think I just should do free things or like $10, $7 things during the week, and then one big activity or dinner. So that's what I'm welcoming, that kind of structure, because one, it also helps with my schedule so that I'm not cramming things into 1 week and just, straining myself during the week, but then also money-wise, straining my wallets. That's what I want to do, and it feels good. It feels good to think about it like that. What are we exiling? I really said I wanted to refrain from talking about people on this podcast, but every time, guys, okay, every time I've wanted to exile someone in the past 3 weeks that I haven't said who, I'm talking about Amanda Batula from Summer House. Amanda and West. Those two are the only two people that I want to exile. Like there's no point in racking my brain for what I want to exile, because those are the two that I want to exile. They need to be banished off the kingdom. They've been gone. They've been far gone. But it is just so nauseating to watch what's going on. Once again, if you are new, Summer House, Summer House is a TV show on Bravo. And I recently heard someone say that Summer House is the Bravo gateway drug. And I fully believe them, because now I want to watch Real Housewives. Now I want to watch everything. But Summer House, the drama, the drama, the drama. And it's all because of this woman. And there is like, I knew a lot of these kinds of women in college. There's this kind of like woman that is just a perpetual victim. And honestly, I will call myself out and say that I used to always do woe is me, because like I just didn't see anything good in the world. But now I have a bright look on life. I'm born again. And I cannot stand people who are always the victim and always need to be protected, and like their protection and their feelings is better than yours. And Amanda Batula does a big, nice, great job at doing that on Summer House. It's driving me insane. For context, she's currently hooking up with her quote unquote best friend's situationship. And the thing about this is that she was also married at the time. And so she's cheating on her husband with her boyfriend's situationship. And it's all very convoluted. But these are like 35-year-olds we're talking about. And they're slimy and wheezy and gross. Last thing I want to talk about, then I'll move on. There is a creator named Mac Dixon on here. And he shared a TikTok recently that also like gives you an example of that kind of vibe of a woman who just like is like needs help and like needs to be rescued, and like everyone is just so big and scary. So this creator, I don't know where he's from, but he is one of my favorite creators on this app, and I will show Luke, like I show Lucas all of his TikToks, I think. But he's just funny. It's kind of like, honestly, comedy. And he posted a TikTok about how he got a job interview and his best friend's girlfriend worked at that company. And so he was like, yo, like, this is so crazy. I got an interview at your job. And she sent him a long paragraph being like, honestly, like, it's gonna make me really uncomfortable if you work here. And this job is really hard and I take it really seriously. And so honestly, like, you should rescind your application. And then she almost went to the hiring manager. And honestly, I think she actually did go to the hiring manager. And his best friend, who's her boyfriend, so the creator who put in the job application, his best friend gets on the phone and it's like, yeah, dude, like, I had to calm her down so she wouldn't go to the hiring manager and like putting a bad word for you. But like, you should have told her you were applying. And she's like, I just can't mix personal and professional relationships in the same scale. Like, this is like a really tight knit community. And like, I don't want you as a part of it. What? How disgusting and evil. And you know what I call it? I call it white women syndrome. We'll talk more about that in another episode because it's a really deep topic. So I'm exiling that. I'm exiling that trope of woman. Moving on. We're finally getting into the meat of the episode. And this is things I learned by 25, aka rules I live by, aka things therapy has taught me. It's all here. It's all encompassing. And I actually don't know how many rules there are. And I remember I wrote some in my notes yesterday too. Welcome to Karen Lovejoy's rules that she lives by. These are rules that like make life livable for me, make life enjoyable, make life worth it, make life not so much like helicopter. Things I do that make life so much more enjoyable and free. And the theme for today is freedom. Just freedom. We are free. We are free. This is in no particular order, okay? So bear with me. Number one, updating my calendar. If things are not in my Google Calendar, and I don't know if you use Google or Apple Calendar. Honestly, Apple Calendar seems like a really strange thing to me, but Google Maps also was very strange to me before I traveled to South America and they only had Google Maps. Google Maps was better there. Not that they only had Google Maps. Google Maps was better there. So I adapted to Google Maps. So I don't want to write Apple Calendar off, but like it just seems like a strange vibe for me. So Google Calendar it is. I need to update my Google Calendar immediately when I make plans, or else I will forget. And I'm at the age where I'm double booking. Like I'm at the age where I can say, "Oh, yeah, I've double booked." I always used to think like, how do you like have so many things to do that you like double book yourself? Yeah, think you can double book yourself and things happen. So not even like events, like even my whole day, I have to be like, okay, now filming, editing, literally like creating a daily schedule, which I guess it's not that grand of a concept, but it's just something that I have to do. Secondly, in addition to that, is writing a to-do list. It just needs to be done. I have a bright yellow to-do list pad that I use. And I'm also very particular about my to-do list pad. And it's that like if I get bored of it, I lose all motivation because you have to understand I need to write in this to-do list pad to do anything in real life. If it's not on this to-do list, it's not happening. And that's just how I work. I need it written down so I can check it off and I need to just like see what I'm doing because there's a lot to do, amigas. But if I hate my to-do list pad and maybe it's like I've been using it for a couple months and I just don't find joy in writing in it anymore, then I stop doing things. Then I'm bedridden for like 3 days because I need a new to-do list pad. It's crazy, but it makes sense to me. And these are things I'm noticing. So I need to have a to-do list pad that brings me joy. And this one I have, it's from a brand called Majuscule. It's like this yellow see-through kind of thing. And I written and drew behind it so I can see my writing since it's translucent. It's gorgeous. I got it at a store called, I forget the name, but it's on the Lower East Side. There's actually, I know where it is. In the Lower East Side, next to Zest Sushi, there is a nice little like knick-knack store. They have every stationery you can think of, and it's the cutest, coolest stationery. I love stationery, so it's like the coolest, fun stationery in there. And yeah, I love that store. So that's where I got this, and it's been bringing me joy. And it's also, I think I love that it's gridded. There's like it's like grid instead of like lines. Or yeah, I also kind of like the ones that you like rip up top and like rip it every day, but then once you like start getting to the bottom it starts looking ugly. So I've liked this little book. I just flipped to the next page and started a new to-do list. Now, we've talked a lot about productivity, but another rule that I'm living by recently is actually taking a Sabbath. Like, I did not know what it meant to not do anything for a day. And you can readjust what anything is, because sometimes you actually don't want to do anything and like get up out of bed. And then sometimes you're like, I could like just take a stroll and dilly dally into stores, and that's also doing nothing. So it depends. But on Sundays, I've been doing nothing. Lucas and I do nothing. Well, he goes grocery shopping. I don't go grocery shopping. He goes grocery shopping, and then I'll cook a meal, usually. But outside of that, we're not doing anything on a Sunday other than like laying here eating what we've bought and cooked and watching reality TV. And I've got him interested in Summer House too, but watching YouTubers, he loves this YouTube channel called Outdoor Boys. It's actually a pretty fun YouTube channel. So we watched that. We've been watching Pop the Balloon a lot lately, which is such a crazy social experiment. But taking a Sabbath, like actually not doing anything, because this is what I would do. I'll say, oh, I'm having a day off. And then on my day off, I get cute and I want to walk around New York City, right? You would think, okay, so walk around New York City. No, I can't do that. If I look cute and I'm walking around New York City, I have to record every single thing I'm doing so I can make a TikTok vlog or an Instagram post or this or that or this or that. And then before you know, I'm filming every single second of my day. And it's not even pleasurable to edit, put out, or make sense to you guys because I'm jumping around, I'm recording everything, none of it is making sense, and it's just there. So, taking a Sabbath, taking a day to rest, to do nothing, and portion out my days so that I can do nothing on a Sunday, that nothing is due, that I'm not editing anything, I'm not going live with anything. I used to go live with vlogs on Sundays. That's a big no-no. I can't do that. And so I have to take a day off. And so taking a Sabbath is a big, big rule for me. And it's biblical. Like, it's biblical. God called us to rest. If the God who created everything rested, how much more you, a single organism that he created, you don't think you need the rest? The one who made everything took time and was like, okay, now let me chill. And you don't think that you can rest? That's crazy. Just take a day off. It's never that serious. So I literally was like, what is a day off? I don't know what that looks like. And it wasn't even to be funny. I just didn't know what that looked like. And I would like be at dinners with like people and be like uploading a YouTube video at the same time. Embarrassing. Unnecessary. Can't do it. Another rule similar to that is filming on and off days. So I give myself a couple days where I don't have to film and I don't have to wear makeup. I don't have to look cute. I can, even though I always look cute, but I can just be. It's nice to be like, okay, today I'm filming, today I'm not filming. And so when I have a filming day or when I have a no filming day and I'm doing something fun, I have to remind myself, it's a no filming day. You cannot film it. It sets some boundaries with this whole lifestyle channel thing. Work out often. I don't know why I put this, but I'm trying. I've given myself 2 workouts a week. I will go to the gym, usually on a Monday with Lucas, and then I will try to go either one other time or what we've been doing now is walking to Prospect Park Saturday mornings. It's an uphill walk and it's like 25 minutes. So that will give me like a lot of steps. And honestly, it's really taxing to my body to do that. So I count that as a workout as well. So I want to move my body. I know that might be very bare minimum to some people, but yeah, I'm trying to do 2 workouts a week. And I think that's sustainable for me right now before I crave more. You know, I do want to look cute and fun and snatched, especially since my 26th birthday is coming up and my traditional is coming up. But I want to be cute. But I also want to, like, I also don't want to force anything. And I've never been someone that, like, loved the gym. And so if I can do 2 times a week, that's good enough for me. Spend wisely. And this, and honestly, I can assure you that I do. I do spend wisely. I have been spending wisely. I haven't been doing too much. I'm just laughing because I know what my husband's perspective on this will be. And it'll be opposite of my perspective on this. But I think I'm doing a fine job. And I update the budget regularly. And I don't spend things that I can't. That may not be true. We move on. That's a rule, though. That's a rule I'm trying to live by. Okay, this is one that I like. And I got this from Grace Rosa, who was on Love Island UK, I think season 9. She is one of the most iconic girls to be in Love Island. And she has a podcast, which I love listening to because she carries herself so well, so confidently. She just like has high standards and like knows what she wants. And it's really addicting to listen to, which I'm sure you probably think the same of me. So, hey, anyway. But yeah, I love listening to her podcast. She said that whenever she wakes up, and I don't know why, like sometimes it takes you many years to learn really simple things. But she says that when she wakes up, she like starts her day off by answering all her text messages that are like maybe from friends and family. And I've been doing this past 2 weeks, and I've noticed a big improvement in my communication with the people that I love, and those are the closest to me, because I suck at texting. But it's also so annoying because it's like the people that are, have 14-hour screen times are the ones that are telling you that they suck at texting. So what is it? And I know sometimes you don't want to be on your phone, but hearing her say that a marker that her day has began is by texting her friends and family, checking up on them, responding to messages. Like that's how she starts her day, is just communication with her friends and family. It's like, wait, that sounds very healthy and rewarding and loving and nice, because I wake up and I go straight to posting, straight to everything. And then I don't have time to respond to things, which is, like you can get busy, but if I can respond to like a bunch of people in the morning and not have to think about it for the rest of the day, granted, like text messages will come through throughout the day. If I can set a routine of like answering in the morning, that's really nice. And it has been really nice. Now I'm like speaking to people on a daily basis that I normally would like go days without talking to. So I love that. And I took it. So that's another rule. If it's my mom, I respond immediately. That's another rule. Bible. Guys, I had a really hot take that like you didn't need to start your day with the Bible like a few months ago. And then I started reading the Bible app instead. And I don't know why there was this such big thing of like, oh, I must sit down and grab my physical Bible and read it and write and journal 3 pages for it to count as Bible study. I have the Bible on my phone. It's convenient. It's easy. There's a plan. I'm following my church's Bible plan. We're doing the Bible in a year. And a lot of the people in the church are on it. I think there's like 80 people from the church that are doing the same plan. And like we do it daily. And then you can like share your thoughts and comments at the end. That has been so much more feasible than like, I used to like ignore the church plan and then like want to read the Bible on my own and like couldn't because I'm trying to read a physical Bible and I don't know where to start, and there's too many things and I just like don't even know what to read and I get overwhelmed, and then I don't read my Bible. When I see so much consistency when I read my Bible on my phone. So I've started to do that, and tremendous. I've like my streak on the Bible app is really solid now. So I'm grateful for that. And so I kind of want to like lift a burden off of you if there's any burden that like if you don't read your physical Bible, it doesn't count. Getting the word in is better than these weird legalistic things that we do. We live in a digital world. If you can get the word in every day on your phone, but then when you switch to your physical Bible, it's hard, just read the word on your phone. And I put, which is another rule, do not disturb. Guys, ever since I started doing do not disturb, my life span has elongated. Do not disturb starts at 9. I think it starts at 9:30 to 9:30. So from 9:30 p.m., and I set this on my iPhone. On my iPhone 15 Pro Max. 9:30 p.m., I turn on do not disturb. Then it goes to 9:30 a.m. So for 12 hours, I don't get notifications. So that, like, I wake up at 6. So that's when I will do my responding to people and Bible on my phone, because I'm not getting any notifications. Do not disturb has been the best thing I can do for my mental health, for creating boundaries with work. I'm not getting like email notifications and like things that are gonna like disrupt my day before my day even begins. So do not disturb at 9:30 to 9:30. Do not text me after 9:30 because do not disturb will be on there. And I know Sierra Miller from Summer House, she has a rule as well. Don't text her after 9. And that's specifically for like boys, which is true. Like, don't do that. I don't know what rule this is. That was rule number 10. I think maybe we'll go to 18. Yeah, let's do that. And these start to go from rules to just little messages and reminders. Number 11, rejoice and be glad. Life is too short. Make merry, laugh, dance, have fun, giggle. It's never that serious. Number 12, you are not in trouble. And I need to remind myself this a lot because, yes, this is honestly daughters. I wanted to say eldest daughter, then I wanted to say like immigrant eldest daughter. Daughters. The daughters are suffering. It doesn't even matter where you're from. The daughters are suffering. Women, like there is so much put on us and it starts from such a young age. And so I just always kind of like have this anxiety that something's wrong. And I know men deal with this as well, but I just always feel like, oh, like there's just like something that's going wrong that I need to fix. There's a fire that needs to be put out. Something I need, like there's somebody's feelings that like I need to like care about, and there's like someone I've offended, and like someone out there is like upset because of something that I'm just like constantly thinking that people are mad at me, and it really is a lot of like anxiousness, but also just people pleasing as well. Just like feeling like I need to like be like in charge of everyone's feelings and perceptions of me. And then it turns around and becomes like a little bit selfish. Like if you get too people pleasing, you can like fall so hard on the people pleasing side that you're actually just toxic for people around you. Like you can't say how you feel. You're like saying things to like make someone happy, but it's like actually doing the opposite. I had a roommate like that. And it just was like, just be you. And so I have some people pleasing tendencies, but I feel like you can like kind of lean so much, like it just gets exhausting to be around you. So I never want to get to that point. And so, yeah, I just have to constantly remind myself that I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble. Like if God is not mad at me, why? Why will I care who else is? I have a friend that has a 70 times 7 tattoo. She'll actually be on the podcast very soon. And 70 times 7 tattoo, it really, like, I saw it on her wrist. And I was like, what a powerful tattoo to tattoo on your body, because I need to see that every single day. And 70 times 7, the significance of that is that there's someone that asks Jesus, like, how many times should we forgive someone? What if someone keeps offending? Yeah, the person was like, how many times should I forgive? And Jesus says 70 times 7. Let's do the math. I don't even know what 70 times 7 is. 490. Are you going to count if your friend has offended you, your mom, your sister, your brother, a colleague, 490 times? No, you're going to lose track. And that's the point. The point is to lose count of how many times people offend you, so that you just keep forgiving and forgiving and forgiving, because that's how God forgives us. So she has a 70 times 7 tattoo, and I was like, oh, that's such a brilliant tattoo, because I do need to see that every day. And like I need to have an unoffendable heart. Like my prayer for recently, this past winter or spring, is that I should have an unoffendable heart. And it's really hard because it's so easy to get offended. It's not something that you can try. You can just like pray to God to give you the grace. But that 70 times 7 tattoo, like that's another rule that I'm living by, because forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive. And that's really, it's contrast to culture, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cut people off and you're supposed to like set boundaries and things like that. I think there's there's a rhythm, you know? It's not always this or this. There's a place. There's a place for you in this world where you can forgive and forgive and forgive, but there's also a place where you can stand up for yourself, stand up for what's right, stand up for what's fair, stand up for what's just. And I think those two can coexist. So, yeah, shout out Leah for that tattoo. Maybe I'll get that tattoo. Honestly, guys, I've actually been wanting a tattoo and I don't have one. And I told myself I'd never get a tattoo, and my sister has been begging me for a tattoo. But 70 times 7 is a great tattoo, and I just might copy that. Okay, I think this is number 13. You are free to do whatever you want. And this is a reminder to myself. I'm free to do whatever I want. I think I need to remind myself this a lot because similarly to like you are not in trouble, there's a second thing that lays underneath that's like that I can't do things because like I will someone out there is going to be upset about like every little decision I make. And it's like, listen, this is your life. You should not be the side character in your life. I actually started breaking down yesterday, crying to Lucas. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Because I was like, whoa, like, I feel like I don't choose myself in a lot of situations. And it's always like whatever the person says goes. And it's like, why? Why do I treat myself this way where what I say doesn't count, what I say doesn't have value? And what other people say is like what should count. And it bleeds into everything. So you're free to do whatever you want because you have value and you are strong and you are smart and you are kind. So live in that truth. Live in that truth of I'm guided by God and I can do whatever I want. And if I mess up, that's okay. And I think the fear of messing up is what really keeps me in this like cycle. But if I mess up, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You are going to mess up and it's okay. Number 14, rule I'm living by right now. The podcast is the thing. In here, I've written podcast is the thing, soar high. And I'm writing this and as a rule, and I'm living with this rule because, at least for now, because I just have dabbled in so many different things. And it feels nice to have like one main thing that's my focus. And it's like the podcast is the thing. Don't feel like you have to like overextend yourself and do vlogs and then do TikTok vlogs and then do reels of your outfits. It's just like so many things. Just be known for one thing. Yeah, you can do fun like TikTok short form content. Obviously, take the Instagram photos, have at it, but focus on one main thing and really nail it and ace it and soar as high as you can in that one thing. And so that's what I'm doing. And I think it's really nice that my focus has like been directed to the podcast now because it's like, nice. Okay. Like this is the time. This is the season. Like really pour into it. No holds barred. This is a saying when like I think people are boxing. Lucas is the one that taught me this. And they say like no holds barred, which means like there's no move or there's no like position in this wrestling match that is punishable or is going to get flagged. Like you can do whatever you want on this wrestling floor, on this mat. There's no hold that is like ruled out. You get what I'm saying? So no holds barred. So I wrote this for myself because I think even thinking of the podcast, I think I don't want there to be like one topic that I can't talk about. Like I want to talk about it all because what's the point if anything? What's the point of anything if you're not really bearing your heart? So I think that was a reminder for myself, like you just be free and open. There's a similar theme that's going on in here that's just freedom and being free and like living. And I think another rule, it's kind of like a thing that I've been repeating to myself recently. I think over the past year, the phrase I made up goes, and when you die, don't forget to live. And I think so often, or I think I focused so much on the death to self part of dying to self, which is great and definitely needed for the time. But I think right now I'm in the resurrection part where I'm alive. The purpose of dying to self is so that I can be alive in Christ. So, how are you alive if you're not living? Live. Live life. Live life. Go see plays. Go see shows. Go watch people dance tango. Take a pottery class. Stay up all night with your friend. Go to Ibiza. Live. While you're dying, don't forget to live, because being alive, that's a part of the story. Like being risen on the third day, the resurrection was part of the crucifixion. It's a joint story. It's two in one. It's not just death. So I think I'm like living. I'm like, wow, okay, like I'm really like alive in Christ, freedom in Christ. I'm living. I want to live. I want to live. Like the world is too crazy. It's such a small coincidence that we made it on this earth to experience what we're experiencing now. And you should live. Live in Christ. Live it up. Be alive. Taste, feel, smell, touch. Okay, I think that was 15. So 3 more. You don't get punished for what you think. You get punished for what you do. And this is actually something that my therapist taught me. And I have so much guilt about the thoughts that I get. And it's like, you can't control these thoughts. All you can do is recognize them and stop them. But I would get a thought and I would just think, oh my goodness, like, this is the worst thing ever. Why am I thinking this way? This is horrible. Like, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? And just like being ridden with guilt, being ridden with guilt over a thought, over a thought, over a thought, a thought. I'm just enjoying saying that word. You get punished for what you do. It's like, it's very harsh. I'm not like, you get judged based on your actions, right? So what you choose to do with the things that go on in your head, that's what's going to determine who you are. But why are you punishing yourself for your thoughts? You didn't choose to think that. It came up. Okay, forgive yourself. Let it go. That's a good reminder for myself too. Because I think I was explaining a lot of things to her and she's like, it sounds like you think it's not okay to have these thoughts. And I was like, yeah, I don't think it's okay to have these thoughts. And he's like, why? They're just thoughts. And I was like, oh yeah, like no one's judging my thoughts. You get judged on what you do. Number 16, you are a boss and you are creating a media empire. You already have created it. Lean into it. I think that's self-explanatory. Number 17, the Lord speaks and he is near. I love that one. I think that's always a reminder and just like a rule to live by. It's like you can hear from God and he's close to you. He's close to you. He's the closest to you because he's inside of you and he's a friend. And so he speaks, he's near. Trust that. Trust that the Lord is near. And number 18, and this is like, I think the theme of everything. Actually, I wasn't counting, so if this is not 18, forgive me. But I think one really, really core thing, like if I can summarize 8 months of therapy into one thing, the main thing therapy has taught me is that I have intrinsic value. Like inside of myself or who I am, just for being, just for existing, just at my core, I'm valuable. And it sounds simple when I say this out loud, but there are so many thoughts and patterns and actions that I just kind of like have been doing and you find yourself doing. And this is not just me. A lot of people struggle with this. And that's why you'll see someone, you're like, oh, they just don't have self-worth. They don't have self-respect. They don't value themselves, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes we do it too, where we display ways where we can show that we think less of ourselves. And I'm really proud of you if you don't struggle with this, because it's so covert in the way that it like happens to me, where I was like, wait, like I've always been confident. I've always thought highly of myself, but there was a smart part of me that didn't believe that I was valuable just because I was me. Yeah, there was a part of me that thought that because of what I did, what I do for God, what I do for people, what I do for my family, what I do for my friends, what I do for my siblings, what I do for the stranger, what I do for my boss, what I do for my church, everything, what I do in school is what made me valuable. And I think therapy has taught me that, or has shown me that I have value just because I'm a human being. Wow, that's a shocker. What? You have value just because you're a human being? Yes. Like a diamond is valuable just because it's a diamond. If it was just there on the floor doing nothing, it would still be valuable because it was diamond. If you give me a $5 bill right now laying here, it's valuable because it's a $5 bill. What you are, a human being, is valuable because it's a human being. It has value. You're a person. You are a person, and so your feelings are valuable. Your opinions are valuable. Your thoughts are valuable. You don't need to explain why you like something or don't like something, why you think this way or don't think this way, why you do this and not do that. You don't have to explain anything to yourself. I mean, you don't have to explain anything to anybody. And if you don't like something, you have enough value to not let somebody else say, you should like it, so I'm forcing you to like it. No, you have value. You have value in your opinions, in the way that you feel. And I think underneath that like intrinsic value thing is an even bigger thing of like, I'm allowed to just be me, and that's okay. I'm allowed to just exist, and that's okay. I have friends that exist in my life and they don't have to do anything. Just the fact that they are my friends is valuable. But then for me, I'm like, oh, I like must do this and this and this and this and this, or else like these people will see like no value in me and they wouldn't want to be near me, or they wouldn't want to do this, and I have to do this and this and this and this and this, or like you guys wouldn't see the value if like I don't have like 3 cameras set up here. All these things. And it's like, no, your value is because you are you, and that's important. And that's important. Like who you are is important, and you need to cherish it and you need to stand on it, and don't let anybody make you have to explain yourself, make you put yourself and your feelings in the back burner, make you think that you're not important and that they're more important. Like, none of that. You have value and stand on it. So those are my rules. Those are my 18-ish rules that I live by. And these are, things that I've accumulated over the course of my life, and more specifically in the last year or so. And I'm really proud of them. I think at 25, like I'm really happy to say, like, I'm glad that I've learned these things, and I'm glad that I'm holding these little, whether it's a to-do list that I need or a more bigger reminder that like I have intrinsic value. By the way, I didn't know the term intrinsic value at first. It just means like the value of something that is within something, as opposed to outside of it. Like it's in it. So whether it's something as small as like I need to budget, or no, budgeting is huge. Budgeting is always huge. Something as small as like a to-do list pad, or like I need to turn do not disturb on at 9:30 to protect my peace, and like I need to do this and this, to something as big as you're not in trouble and you have intrinsic value. Like I think all these things make a well-rounded person. And I'm happy to say that I think, oh gosh, I may have had lipstick on my teeth for this whole thing. And if I did, I would be really, really, really upset. I think I had lipstick on my teeth. Anyway, so these are my rules for 25-year-old me. They will change, they will broaden, they will adapt. But I'm happy with where they are now. And I think my life is infinitely better now, honestly, with all these little things in there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on another episode again. I think I had like something to tell you guys today and I forgot. Also, I don't think anybody like entered my giveaway for the Christopher John Rogers top. Message me if you want it. Yeah, I think I wanted to tell you guys something, but I forgot. So I think I've said enough. I've said enough. I will catch you in my next episode. Mwah! Don't forget to follow Welcomes to Kingdom on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Leave a review, a comment, share, and tell your friends about this amazing and beautiful podcast and let them know that they are early. Like, they're early. They need to get in before the whole world finds out about us, guys. Okay. I love you. I do. I'll talk to you later.